Everything looks good on the ones and twos here.
Excellent. Excellent.
Beautiful, beautiful. Everything is
Mm.
beautiful.
Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3 on my Audacity. Yes, good, fine.
Live. Good, do the live thing.
Beautiful. Everything is beautiful.
Beautiful.
I appreciate all of these things. And we are streaming. Can you verify that we are streaming? Can someone verify that we're streaming?
I have an iPad here. Wait.
Alright.
It's an old one, though, so it'll take a while. Still nothing.
It's an old one, but it'll do.
It's an old code, sir, but it checks out. Come on, man. How do I do this? How do I look at
Come on,
stuff?
man!
Really? Really?
For real, dog? For real?
For reals?
Here, I'll just load her up here.
Yeah,
I'm
because
running
my
iOS 10. You know, no big deal. No big deal. Look at that. There we are.
Are we on?
Oh yeah, I think so. Hold on.
Oh,
Look at
wait.
this. Oh, I see us. I see you gazing at your iPad currently, like this.
So that's a good indicator that we're in business.
We're in business.
Serious business.
They're serious.
We've done it. All right, I'm done.
Gonna
with
get
that.
our Bergeron. There we are.
There we are. And
That's good.
There we are. Do this. There we go.
Very good.
I need
Very
to
good.
find like at least one more news story. And I don't want to talk about shithead streamers, so it kind of limits my limits the news.
Shithead streamers.
Yeah. Influencers. I think they're called influencers.
Are they?
I think so.
Are they thought leaders?
Yes, George Orwell. They are thought leaders. Oh, I can talk about that. Talk about Evolve.
Why don't you? We
Go.
should probably share the fact that we're online, I guess.
Yes.
People are gonna be like, "Who are these guys?
Log in and tweet.
Who are these guys again?"
Log in and tweet. Close. Did we do? Yeah, okay. We tweeted. It had been done tweeted.
I'll save that for my
Nah.
hold on, let me find one more. Let me just find one more. Oh, there we go. That's a good one. All right. I have 3 dumb news stories, so we're good. We're golden now, children.
We ace. We ace. Aight. Let's do this. Let's start by synchronizing.
Oh yes.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, that one. Let's make sure that our
Our levels
microphones
are
are
good.
correct and that our speakers are correct, which is really hard to... I'm going to have to test this because I don't know how it's... I'm going to do a quick test here real quick. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Boom! Loud noise. Stop.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I don't want you know what? You know why it was why I was quiet? It's
Why?
automatically adjusting my fucking settings.
Go Skype.
Fuck you, Skype.
Ooh.
Yeah, you heard me.
All right, then. As soon as you're ready, we will synchronize
Get
Oh,
that
I'm
man
good.
a Snickers.
snack.
I'm good.
Solid
I'm good.
snack.
I'm good to synchronize.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, click.
I did it.
Did you?
I did.
I did
got-
it too.
I've got a little flux capacitor thing going on over here. It's very nice.
That's good.
It's very nice. I'm impressed.
As am I. All right. So let me minimuse that. That's good. Actually, before we do anything, let me make sure I'm not recording you guys as well. Say stuff.
Hi, how are you?
Hello.
Good. Thanks for asking.
Oh, that's beautiful. Not a hint of background shit there. That's
Good.
gorgeous.
Good.
Gorgeous. Oh, and I hit stop.
You.
We have to synchronize again.
Let me just.
That's okay.
Oh, let me check. Let me
So
check.
it's done.
Make sure.
Oh,
I can check my levels.
gotta
now.
press the button again.
I ask too much. I know.
You're right. I am kind of quiet. I don't know.
Where I lead, would anyone follow? Would they?
No, you just would hold the door.
Ah.
All right, I'm ready.
Alright.
I'm ready to press the button.
1, 2, 3, click.
Flux capacitor.
Fabulous. Throw that away. Okay. Let's do a shoe.
Yes.
Oh, we need the date. I need to put a date. Otherwise, it'll fuck my intro.
July 14th.
Thursday.
July 14th.
Thank you. Yes,
July
Thursday,
14th.
July 14th, 2016.
Year of our Lord.
The year of our favorite sand wizard. Okay.
Now that you have bourbon in you, everything's fine.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm the reason you drink.
Hey everybody, welcome to Game Punchers Podcast, episode 164 for Thursday, July the 14th, 2016. Game Punchers is the most regressive and ponderous video game podcast on the internet. My name is Steve.
Steven.
My name is Fraser.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Fish. Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
This
No,
is
John.
This is like a fever dream. We're doing a show again.
I know, I figured, you know what, take June off.
All right, fair enough.
Alright?
We technically, we gave him 3 shows in the course of like a week. So like that is.
Oh, you did.
I used the
is
royal
shit.
we.
Right. You mean, of course, this feed. This feed gave people more. Aight. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we've been out for a while, and that's just because that's how life works sometimes. And god damn it, it's the summer, and the kids are broken for the holidays. School holidays. Fraser, your kids out? Your kids are out now, right?
My kids are out. They're right here. They're not going to bed anymore. They don't care.
Man.
My son's sitting opposite me. My language has to be toned down. He's opposite me watching Dan TDM
Oh, no.
non-stop on YouTube.
What is that?
Diamond Mike. Oh, Fish? No, you don't have kids, so you
No,
don't
I
know,
don't
do
have
you?
kids, but I have heard that like no one watches TV anymore. That it's like
don't.
Your children just watch.
Dude, I went into Toys R Us the other week, and I was just taking the kids. We were just browsing. I gave them like $40 each. Let's see what they buy, right? And we ended up in an aisle where they have, you know, like all the Minecraft figures and the Terraria rip-off figures, and they're all the same. And then they have little like just, you know, collectible mystery bag, you know, like blind bags where they'll have like a little dude in it from a huge set, and it's all random.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a fucking like a YouTube stars
Oh, get
half
fucked.
box. Honestly, at the very top, Dan TDM. Top,
Really?
Top right there,
Huh?
Dan
Wow,
TDM.
yeah.
Fraser's like
Unbelievable.
putting that on the Christmas list.
Well, yeah, you get what you can, you know.
Well,
That's a stocking stuffer right there.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
if you can find the
Paying
the
present.
secret sauce to like give your kids a little spark of magic at Christmas when shit changes so constantly
Oh,
and so
man.
rapidly these days, you grasp it, man. You go
Yeah,
for
for
it.
sure.
You ride that wave.
The whole
into obscurity next week.
The whole YouTube thing is the first thing that I think I feel like, fuck,
You're old?
I am too old for this shit.
It is.
I
They're
just
absolutely-
I
Go on.
cannot I can't conceptualize it. I don't have anything to like. I watch a shit ton of Twitch, but I don't watch. Like, I guess there's a couple streamers I watch, but I watch them because they like when they're playing the game that I want to watch them play. Like Voyboy plays League of Legends and Raynad plays Hearthstone. I will watch them play that, but I don't give a fuck if Raynad's not playing Hearthstone. If he's playing some other game, I'm not gonna watch that shit. I don't care. I want
Right.
to watch it, you know. So like, I understand that, but I don't understand like the whole PewDiePie thing or any of this stuff. It's
Yeah,
all...
see, I'm a little bit different. I have been watching a lot of Twitch. I have told people this before, but I subscribe to a Twitch channel called the Outer Heaven Network, and all they do is Metal Gear Solid.
Oh yeah,
And they're
That's
right.
my
Oh wait,
phrase.
aren't they the ones that do like? Don't they do the? Didn't they do the marathon where they went through all of them right before 5 came
They're
out?
they're in the middle of a marathon right now, 100 plus hours, going through the whole series chronologically.
I think that's all they do, though. I think that's
Now,
it. I think that's the
Which
only.
was okay.
Marathon run.
That's
So
the whole thing. It's like, well, we
so-
finished it. Time to start over.
Friday, I'm getting the sniffles on Friday. I'm like, oh my god, I caught a cold off my son. Saturday, I don't know what happened. It was like I'd been hit by a truck. I couldn't get out of bed on Sunday. I was like, it felt awful. Total flu-like symptoms, whatever. But it just so happens this Metal Gear Marathon started. It was
Right on
awesome.
time.
I must have
Done
watched
and done.
10 hours of Metal Gear Solid.
No,
3,
I'm sorry. I'm not going to be coming into work. I'm Still a little ill.
But these guys are great. I mean, I watched about 4 or 5 hours in the evening, went to bed, woke up, and he was still finishing off the game.
But would you watch those guys play anything else?
Yes.
Oh, you would? Okay.
Yeah, one of them I subscribed to his channel, a guy called Three Dog, and he was playing Bloodborne, and I thought, oh, I'll just go see how he plays Bloodborne. He is so into the lore, and he does such a good job of making it interesting. Like, the knowledge these guys have on the Metal Gear universe is just... And I get it now. I can't be bothered to find that stuff out myself.
Steve, I want you to make a note of this moment. Fraser used lore in a sentence and was excited about it. So just remember, July 13th, 2016.
Yeah, well, but then he ended it with "I can't be bothered."
Right,
so
but he was excited. There was a moment.
Fraser giveth and he taketh away.
But I mean, I played Bloodborne, right? I had no idea there was a massive amount of like story and lore behind it, you know. And he said he's still discovering stuff. The guy's played through it like however hundreds of times. The same with the Metal Gears. They have all played through them 100 times, and they're still discovering new things. And every time I watch these playthroughs, so yeah, I sort of get it. I'm somewhere in the middle of that.
Yeah.
Watching the games I like and also appreciating the streamers. So.
But I hate myself for it because I hate going, man, all this dude does is annoy me. Because like I know that if I were 20 years younger, I'd be all fucking about PewDiePie, be like all about it. But now I'm just like, this dude yells too much.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. But I did watch some, you know, checked out Dan TDM because I want to see what my son's watching 20 hours a day of. And I'm very impressed. I mean, like the enthusiasm this guy has, you know, and I know I can trust. I'm automatically able to put my trust in him that he is aware of his brand and
he knows his audience.
And he's not going to be dropping F-bombs all over and inappropriateness for what
unlike,
our young
unlike Markiplier, unlike fucking Markiplier.
Who is that? I don't know who that is. I don't know. I don't know who any of these people are.
Oh my, yeah. It's like, oh yeah, this is a friendly thing for kids. Okay, he's got another channel, old Markiplier, right? He's got a funny face that kids can laugh at, and he plays video games. Oh, what's he playing now? He's playing that weird thing where you can build. What was that? Where you could? It was like a physics simulator, and you could you could make catapults and shit.
Oh yeah, shit. What was that called?
Started with a B, didn't
it? Yeah, it began with a B.
Ballista.
Besiege. Yes.
Right. So he's playing. I go, man, that's great. I wonder what he's going to do. Clearly, he knows at least enough to feel confident broadcasting, and he makes like some weird semi-automatic dildo machine. just fucking eats itself alive.
What he couldn't commit to fully automatic. Well, but I think the name of this episode is semi-automatic dildo machine.
There it is.
And that's when I look at my son and say, I'm not your hero.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Did you guys watch any of the Summer Games Done Quick stuff? That was
I missed it.
Oh man. A dude played Castlevania blindfolded. Played through the fucking game blindfolded. I shit you not. He actually got fucked up because one of the buttons broke. So like all of his muscle memory had to be like he had to redo all of his muscle.
Did they do like a hot swap, like a pit stop in like racing?
No. He had to use the same. He pressed on. It was incredible.
I know I'm missing something because I saw somebody had posted saying that some guy's playthrough of Jack and Daxter in Japanese.
Well, it was like 2 a.m. He hadn't slept in like 24 hours, so it was just like delirious. Like it wasn't funny at first. At first you're like, I don't know about this, but then like. I don't know, like you catch the delirium of it, and then like you're laughing along to these stupid fucking jokes that he's making because it's 2 a.m. and I don't know. Yeah. I love Summer. I love that Games Done Quick shit. I think it's so cool that children fucking donate over $1 million.
Yeah.
Twice a year to a charity. That's so fucking cool.
It's ridiculously simple and like shockingly effective.
Yes.
Yeah, but like as far as the YouTube stars go, it is so. Like beyond me, like they are the new stars. They're like you said, kids don't watch television anymore.
Right.
They just subscribe to things on YouTube, and it's everywhere. It's not like just me experiencing this with my kids. It's not just Fraser experiencing this with his kids in vacuums. Like the kids across the street. Like we had like a get together like a few months back, and I was trying to explain to across the street's parents what my daughter was watching. And I was describing it. Oh, there's a
You were
group
like a
of
madman.
kids, and yeah, they play like they play Gary's Mod, but they use it as just like a little thing with props, and they just they act their own playing in this place with their own rules and stuff. And they're just play acting in a place, but with Gary's Mod. And then the kid walks in and goes, "Oh yeah, Venturian Tale. Yeah, they're pretty good. But what about blah 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 blah?" And I was like,
You were like, I got 4 words for you: semi-automatic dildo machine.
"Dildo machine. It fucks itself. Itself."
But at a respectable pace.
What? It's for kids. It's for kids. So yeah. Anyway, any parents watching thinking, your kids are fine when they watch Markiplier? They're not. They're not. Totally not. Totally not. Yeah. So anyway, so that's that.
I bought this Bluetooth speaker the other day because I would like to go out to the back garden and I can listen to podcasts now.
Right.
Well, I thought I could. This is what I finally found. I realized I cannot listen to any podcasts
Well, if you're not
out loud
yeah,
around other people.
it's bad. It's embarrassing most of the time. It's embarrassing. Is it good though? Because like we've been through a few Bluetooths.
Oh, I don't know. It was bestseller on Amazon, $40. I don't know. MPOW. Seems to be okay.
Why not?
Does what it needs to do. I just carry it into the room I'm working in, or just outside by the barbecue. It'll.
Fucking Bluetooth is such a garbage fire anyway.
It really is. I have no idea why it kind of caught fire, if you will.
Because there was nothing better.
So, hands up, whose daughters flooded their master bathroom on Friday night? Nobody, just me?
Yay.
I don't have any.
How did you
I
do
don't have
that?
children.
Oh, that's right. Well, if you did, they probably wouldn't have done it anyway.
How?
So, she was washing her hands, and
Like you do.
she shut off the tap by depressing it, as you do. She didn't know at the time that it had not quite closed the hole there. So it's a little with regular stream, but just a little bit.
Sure.
And for no reason on the planet, she put the plug in and walked away.
Okay. No overflow?
There's an overflow, but I don't know what it was doing because that motherfucker overflowed.
Okay.
There's an overflow. It was called the floor.
Who that's on now. That's on you.
Well-
Your overflow's not working. That's overflow is supposed to be open for a reason.
No, it was open. There was a hole,
Listen.
and presumably the water was going in it.
This sounds premeditated.
It doesn't it?
Sounds a little premeditated. Why would you put the stopper in?
See, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Why else?
Why?
Why
Why
would you do
it's
that?
not like you're. I've never once been in the bathroom and been struck by the idea. You know what I should do? Stop up
just
this
don't wanna
fucking
get in
sink. Just stop up this fucking sink. I'll just do that. That's fine.
Yeah. Like you
It's
do. Yeah.
Tuesday. I'll just do it. Fuck it.
So, I think it must have been a solid hour and 20 minutes since I was last in that bathroom when I decided to go upstairs and get changed. And as I went into the bedroom, and I heard trickling water. And I looked in
Did
there.
your heart, did your heart
There is
sink?
no, as a homeowner, there is
sink.
no
That's what I did.
worse sound than the sound of water where it shouldn't be.
No.
Like
Right,
there is
right.
no when we had a leak in my fucking master bathroom and it would drip onto the ceiling, and like the first time we heard it, I'm like, where the fuck is that coming from?
Yeah,
Where
it's
is
terrifying.
it? It's it is the because like water, like for the people who don't own homes or like rent, water
out of control.
water will destroy everything.
Yep.
It doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, it's a wild animal. And it will go through everything, and it doesn't care. You can't control that shit.
No.
So, anyway.
And you know
Those-
what's great about fucking drywall is it just sops it all up. Just
Oh, it
sops
sucks
it
it
all
right
up.
up. I can take you downstairs and show you. I can see water damage from here, and I can take you downstairs to show you water damage.
Beautiful.
Oh God.
So, yeah, there was about a solid 1.5 to 2 inches of water just sloshing around.
What? Like, listen, it couldn't have been at like a drip then. Like, it had to have been at a pretty.
It wasn't a drip, drip, drip. It was a constant flow.
But it had to have been a
was
pretty-
that very thin, constant flow. She must have had it running for at least 40 minutes.
There's something fishy about this, Steven.
Dude,
There's
hey,
something fishy about
you don't
this.
need to tell me. You don't need to tell me. I've got my private investigators all over it. So yeah. So then I run downstairs after like, get every fucking towel we have. Like, so I was throwing all the towels in there, We managed to soak most of it up. I come back downstairs, hear the dripping under, like in the laundry room. It's coming out, dripping past bare light bulbs and
I
exposed
love it when
wires.
it does that. When you've got light bulbs dripping.
Yeah,
water,
exactly.
that's awesome.
I had the light bulb in my
You've
closet
gone full on
downstairs.
Fight Club at that
Yeah,
point.
exactly.
It's like, yeah.
Fucking water finds a way.
It's funny you say that because I used to work with equipment that had steam boilers in them, and I remember the one guy I worked with, the guy who was teaching me when I was first on the job. He was like, "Dude, whatever you do never underestimate how much water will screw you over.
Yeah.
It will always
so
find a way.
true.
It will climb up the
it's
side
so
of
true.
buildings to screw you over."
Oh, it's so fucking true.
It'll find you. It'll find your safe
Yeah,
space.
it's
and
like
get
it's
you.
like Liam Neeson in Taken.
Absolutely. It's got a very special set of skills. The only difference is it can't talk on the phone. That's the only difference. Otherwise,
But it'll
Dog,
fuck up that phone.
It already took your daughter.
right.
Possessed.
Oh man, yeah. So we had the Serve Pro guys just took out the enormous fucking
God.
weird like wind tunnel machines that they have. They've been like
man.
dehumidifying the house and stuff. By the way, and this was in the bathroom. If you've ever taken a shit in the middle of a tornado, don't recommend.
No?
Toilet paper in pieces, flying like a big, like Dorothy, Wizard of Oz shit, and I'm in there going, God damn everything! You know what I mean?
I'll get you, my pretty.
Yeah, we got to replace our fucking floor.
Hold on. I'll do you one better. When we got the cat, my wife had never had a cat and was like, "Oh, this fucking, having it shit in litter and just being able to just throw it out is great." But I don't want to throw it out. I'm gonna flush it.
Oh.
Now, the one thing they tell you about litter is you don't flush it.
Nah,
You don't
because that'll
flush it
soak up some water and
because
jam
it turns
shit up.
into concrete.
Yeah, it does. That's
So
its
it turned into
job.
concrete in the pipes.
But you knew better.
Not so much. No, I watched her do it
that.
once, and I was like, "Holy fuck, that's a brilliant idea! Why didn't I think of that?"
That's why.
There you go.
Your mind's got defense mechanisms built in to not think of those things.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it went in and it soaked to the bedroom carpet also. So we're having to replace both. Good times. Good times. Anyway, so
what you're saying is you won't be
video
getting PlayStation VR.
Don't say that.
He needs it.
You don't. You see. Don't even.
Insurance is going to pay for everything.
There's no such thing as a future in which I don't own PlayStation
I
VR
see.
as soon as it comes out. Like
I
it's
see.
just
I
it's
see.
not.
All right, fair. All right. You know what? You got to have goals.
This ain't Looper. This ain't Predestination.
Final. It's going to be Final Destination.
Final Destination. All right. Yes.
Have you ordered it?
No, I haven't, and it's like sold out everywhere. So I have to somehow go back in time.
They're gonna
Looper
bundle
style.
it with the
Shotgun
Neo.
somebody in the face.
I'll buy it with the Neo.
Hmm?
I want it with the Neo. I want the Neo.
The Neo. Well, it's going to be a year out, right?
Could be.
Maybe. All right. Should we talk about some video
I
games?
mean, we could
We could do that. That's a thing we
talk
could do.
about plumbing.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk about some video games.
Bizarrely, talking about video games, is
Yeah.
I was playing inside
That's a
with
great
my
segue.
son sat next to me,
Ooh.
Yeah.
and he said to me, "Dad, can you flood the room?" And he said that, and as soon as he said that, your text came through saying my daughter's flooded the room. It was very weird.
Something is afoot.
Did he fall on the floor and say, "Hold the door"? Because that's the only other. That's the only other scenario.
Did he just look at you deadpan and go, "What is dead can never die"?
Did I pick him up by the neck and threaten to just reduce his life by many years for what he'd just done to the bathroom floor? No. Not saying that's what you did, but
No. What? Why?
I don't. Let's not go there.
Nah, she felt really bad. I actually felt bad for making her feel bad. So,
Yeah, well, there. That
It was
is-
an
that
accident.
does happen.
so all right. Cost $1,000. Whatever. Accident. So,
Whatever. Fuck it.
deductibles through the roof.
I'm sure you dealt with it just as easily as I dealt with it when my son put a wood block through the 55-inch plasma. I was like, whatever, son. As long as no one got hurt.
There you go.
This is what the sun is made of.
He said, "Calm down, son.
Plasma.
Behave yourself." And then you just calmly walked out of the room and shot yourself. Yeah. Okay, so games. That was a nice segue about Inside.
Yeah, let's talk about Inside.
We should probably do that. Have we all played it now?
We have
Yeah.
all played Inside. Have we all completed Inside?
Yes.
Yes.
I still think we should be careful because I imagine that there are somewhere between 6 and 6.5 billion people that have not completed Inside.
That's a shame for those 6.5 billion. Okay, well, generally speak, I mean, we can talk about the entire thing except the end, basically.
Well,
so,
yeah, I mean, we can talk. I don't want to spoil some.
specifics. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some really cool stuff in there that I don't really want to spoil. But I hated Limbo. I don't know how you guys felt about Limbo, but I thought Limbo was cock and ball torture, like personified.
Sir, listen. I don't know if you've ever been to GameRant.com, but the finest review ever written on that website was a Limbo review, and I wrote it.
And what did you give it? I didn't read the review.
I gave it a 5 million out of 5.
That's
I gave it a perfect score.
You liked Limbo.
Yes.
Fair enough.
I replayed Limbo a couple of weeks ago.
Beautiful game.
I love it. Yeah, I loved it the first time round. I loved it the second time round. I had no problems finishing it. Some of it was a little bit challenging, but it was great.
I didn't. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No,
'cause
no,
I'm
no.
going to move on. I'm going to move on to Inside. So.
Oh well, no. I didn't like the fact that it taught you by killing you. I didn't like that. It aggravated me.
Oh.
There were some nonsense sections in that game, by far. I may have given it 4.5. Can't remember. Anyway.
4.5 million out of 5.
Yeah.
4.5 billion,
Not
enough
a
for
perfect
every
score.
person on the planet at that time.
Yes. Yeah. Limbo did things to me on a soulful level,
Fair enough.
an emotional level.
Fair enough.
And it evoked things that were very specific to my childhood and the way like TV, weird fucking grown up or like European TV movies used to be, and like it was all very creepy and tapped into this very very specific vibe that I had when I was younger. Very odd.
I
mean,
can see
giant
that. I can
spiders.
understand that.
Yeah, I mean, rainy rooftops and that whole vignetting thing, and like that would harken back to like weird shit like the Moomins, and like just weird, slightly
Russian public television cartoons.
those
and stuff
old
that
Russian
just,
Prussian kids shows.
Yeah, I mean, I would not say that it was a bad game. I just did not like it at all.
And that's
yeah,
fair.
fair enough.
That's fair.
I got into a
But
lot
you're
of
wrong,
arguments.
but it's fair.
I got into a lot of arguments with Aaron Leach about that game. A
I bet.
lot of arguments
I
about
bet.
that game. But yeah, I really liked Inside. I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot too. Phrase?
I liked it a lot.
Good.
I did. I mean,
move
it's
on.
easy to say. It is. I mean, it was on my radar from 2 years ago, I think, when we first saw it.
Oh yeah, the
And
first.
I like
shot.
I like the look of it, and I knew it was coming from the Limbo guys, so I knew it was going to be good, or something to look forward to. And it's just the game on steroids, isn't it? It's Limbo just
It's Limbo, but they've they've really,
taken to 11.
right. They've really they've
Certain things
taken
are.
all the stuff that they've learned, and like Limbo, in terms of visual storytelling, like there's not really a cohesive narrative there.
No, it's just all nonsense.
It's all nonsense, and like
Yeah.
even though there's not necessarily like unless you start really digging into the lore of Inside, you don't get like a cohesive story, but you get an idea of what's going on much stronger than you did in Limbo.
I think it's more cohesive of an aesthetic from beginning to end in
Yes.
Inside. Whereas Limbo went all over the place without rhyme or
think-
reason.
It's almost, I think I was likening it. It's like if Ico and Limbo got together
Had sex with head over
and had
heels.
sex in the bathroom at the house of Shadow Complex. Shadow Complex is throwing a party.
Yeah, and they banged in there.
Ico and Limbo get together and do something in the bathroom, and
With a
because it's got that
semi-automatic
2.5D, it's a little bit of
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Dying Light, and it's a bit of everything, right?
and like it doesn't kill you to teach you most of the time. Most of the time, it just puts you in a situation where you're just like, all right, well, how am I gonna like get through this? Because I don't see an obvious route.
I think one of the big issues with Limbo, and the reason that it taught by death a lot of the time, is that you wouldn't have died if it had telegraphed the environment better in certain circumstances. Sometimes it was completely obfuscated behind blurry wordiness or like black foreground shit getting slightly in the way, or not being able to discern what the silhouette meant. You know what I mean? But with this one, because they actually give you a bit of clarity in that first few, first 10 feet or so of play space, and then to use color, then I found that a lot of the environments and puzzles in those environments were telegraphed a lot more efficiently. They did a lot to kind of tell you what was going on with very little assets, the same way Limbo did. The only thing is, like, they had it wasn't a much wider color palette because the most of that game is black and white and a few hues. But yeah, I found that there was never really a situation where I couldn't quite figure out what scenario I was in because of vague scenery. Like that was never a problem with this one, which it was in Limbo.
Yeah, it was good. I didn't feel I was challenged to the max.
I did not.
I've got mad skills, right?
Right.
Yeah,
no, absolutely.
But everyone knows this.
Well, right. It's on your YouTube channel.
That's unquestionable.
So I was, I don't know. I didn't feel like there was any point where I was like, I need a walkthrough or anything like that. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe it's not. I felt a little bit under challenged on the whole thing as a whole.
For the most part, I just flew through it. There was one particular one that, and I hated myself for doing it, but I just checked a video of that one section, and it was only because in the end
you didn't have mad skills.
I wasn't as good as Phrase. Is what it boils down to. Is yeah, and it was, and this is like just less than halfway through, so it's not a problem me talking about it. And it's a water section, not with the sub, but like a regular. And it's the one where the chain comes across and goes back when you hit the button, but the chain kind of comes down at a slight angle, and
yes, and you need that to remove an obstacle. So you need that to move an obstacle. To reset an obstacle's location, so that you can make it to the next set.
No, not quite. No, it's not that one. This one's the one where you have to dip your toes in the water.
Because,
is that what you're doing?
Yeah, because then you have to, because it resets
the obstacle. Puts them further back, and then and it's I think it in that particular instance it didn't telegraph exactly the mechanics of each component to where I could go, oh, well, I can use these in this way. It wasn't, because it was too analog, I think.
I don't think we have to worry about spoiling it for anyone, because I finished the game and I have no idea what you're talking about.
That was one of the puzzles. Where I was like stuck for a little bit, and then I was like, all right, well, this chain has to be important, and all this motherfucker does is go back and forth. So I don't know, maybe I'll fuck around with it. And
there's never anything there that doesn't serve a purpose to your movement forward.
My favorite puzzles were the sound puzzles, the ones with the giant sound machine.
That was insane.
Oh, that was so fucking cool.
That was awesome.
That's my favorite part of the whole game, probably, aside from the ending, which is just bananas.
Lots and lots of bananas.
I mean, that's a damn good game. I don't know if I will ever play it again.
Oh, I will, absolutely.
In fact, I think go back and find
there is a secret ending.
Hidden parts.
There is.
There is a secret
Have you seen the secret ending?
I have. I've watched it. That's the only video I've watched. Is the secret ending. I mean, it's not really an ending as much as it's a way to end the game without dying.
See, and the thing is, like, we can't really go into. I think that's one of the joys of Limbo or Inside is you're in this place and you don't know why, and uncovering the truth behind that is a slow process, and it's done very gradually over time. It comes on you in like layers and layers. Oh, this is a bit of info. These people look like this. They're behaving in this way. This is what the environment looks like. And over time, by the time you get to the end, you've pretty much got it, right? So it's one of those games where we can't really talk at all about the environments in that way, what they mean, and because I really, really need to fucking understand this game better. Like, I feel like I know 95% of it, right?
But it's the 5% that like connect. It's like you've got all the puzzle pieces out, and you kind of have an idea of where they go, but like you're still not exactly sure how they go together.
And this, again, I'm gonna drop Predestination because I watched it the other day. Right, very good very good movie, Ethan Hawke. But it's one of those where I grasp the story, I get it, I get the beats. However, I feel like I'm sat just outside the room that has
You're-
everything that puts it all together.
You're just dipping your toes in before the chain retracts and brings you back up.
Perhaps some scary sea creature girl might want to grab my toesies.
Perhaps so. Yeah, I don't know. I think Inside is a damn fine title. Even
It's fantastic. Is it $20 good though?
I think so.
I
Nah.
struggled. I struggled with that.
I mean,
and I was going to buy it.
15. I would have been happier.
15, yeah.
Although saying that, even for our weak Canadian dollar, it was still only $20 for us too.
Wow.
So
Oh, that's not bad.
So we could have bought it in the Canadian store for like 30 cents or something. I don't know. What is the
Yeah,
just
exchange rate?
about, yeah.
Something like that. Because
Too bad
the
we
box that you carry at home in is worth more than the...
I didn't mind paying $20 because it's definitely a $10 to $15 game. I'll
Right.
pay the other $5 to be in on the conversation.
And
There you go.
that game is very
a good
much
way to-
going to be the game that they're going to give away for free. Like I don't know how many free copies of Limbo I've gotten over the years, but it's more than 5.
I have it on everything.
Yeah, I do too. I have
It's
it
like
on,
Doom at this point.
everything that I can play Limbo on. I can play Limbo on. So
I take
Inside
it
will
back.
be the same.
I didn't get the iOS version.
Oh.
I don't have the iOS version, but I've got it on Xbox, PS4, Xbox 360.
Xbox
and my
One
PC.
and Xbox One. I'll bet because
Yes.
we got it for free on Xbox One.
That's correct. Yeah, so yeah, but that was a very good game, and again, the ending without even remotely, because I have no idea. Like, I have no idea how to even
That's
talk
good.
about it.
That's
Could I
good.
just
That's a
say
good final segment.
that technically, what a fucking achievement, though.
I know it's
Yeah,
just
it's really
technically,
yeah,
It's really
yeah.
good.
Well, everything feels so good in that game. Literally
It
everything,
really
and like even the stuff that you think is going to
Any
be.
bad dogs, it's great.
Well, no, but I mean, like the stuff that you think is going to be technically challenging, like in terms of like a finger alacrity, like it feels so smooth because they've thought about that and said, no, we need to make this. We need to cheat this a little bit, much like they did
Right.
with Portal 2, where they're like, we need to cheat this a little bit because we know what the player wants to do.
Right.
So we just
exactly.
need to let them. We'll give it to them on that, as opposed
Right.
to making it like you need to hit this pixel at this time.
Exactly. Like, there was an awful lot of forgiveness in where you aimed your sub when you were charging
Yes.
it up. Like, there was a lot of times where just aiming forward would just go whoop in a nice diagonal to kind of get you everything.
Well, and like at the end, there's one where you have to throw a box over 2
Yes!
things. And I was like, this is going to be a fucking nightmare.
But it was beautifully
And I did
done.
it the first time.
Exactly,
First
yeah.
time, just like,
Yep.
oh, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Way easier than it had any right to be.
because they concentrate on the fact that of you figuring out what you need to do.
Right,
Right. You
exactly.
solved it at this point.
Rather
Why
than
beat you
being
over the
able.
head?
Yeah,
Right,
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, good, cool.
Yeah, very good. The overall, though, was the message or the ending, was that in any way cerebral, or was it like a was it a philosophical ending?
I just can't stop laughing when I think about it. Just like playing it out in your head. I mean, like, it's sure. I'm sure there is a message there, but
Right?
the actual like reality of that ending is just fucking hilarious.
It really is. But I mean, if you look at Limbo,
And depressing, like incredibly depressing and incredibly funny at the same time. You know, like good comedy.
yeah, you know, like Ghostbusters. So, but like in Limbo, for example, in Limbo, like at the very end, you realize the entire thing was
Limbo.
right, well, or occurring in that split second before the car crash, right? And the whole thing was a metaphor, basically, right before he flashed through the windshield at the very end of the game,
Right.
right? That's pretty much what that game was. Whereas this, it never breaks character, so to speak. It just
No.
it is what it is, and you're playing where you're at. Like, that's the place.
I would argue that it breaks character once.
That's fair. That's fair. I'll give you that one. Okay.
But that game
That's good.
That game is real good. That game is real good.
It really, really is. It really is. All right. So good job, Playdead Studios, on that one.
I don't know if you can hear the dog is barking in his sleep.
I heard one. Oh, bless.
Oh, bless
that's
you.
adorable.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right. Now he's looking at me like, I know it's all right. I know it's all right.
Just shut up.
Have you got food?
Yeah, exactly.
Is there food where you're at? All right. So let's see what else we got. What else did we all play? Looks like
Nothing. Looks like nothing.
two of us. Oh, Phrase. Can we talk about Uncharted 4?
Sure.
Yes, you guys go right ahead, please.
All right. So, Fish, have you played it and finished it? Have you approached it, looked at it, stared at it funny? Nothing?
You know, if you guys listen, I don't care if you spoil it. I imagine our listeners will care, but if you want to spoil it, go fucking.
I'm not going to spoil it.
I don't care
I
about
don't
Nathan
think
Drake.
I'm not really sure there is a spoiler to be had there. It's the end of the tale, right?
Sure.
So they say. So they say.
Oh yeah, it will be. Yeah. So okay, what did you think, Fraser? You hate stories. You're a man against the narrative,
Against lore.
against lore and narrative and any semblance of emotional grounding in what you're doing.
Yes.
You're a cold, calculated monster. Cold as ice.
I didn't. I bought into the story a bit more when it got more piratey. You know? Then I thought, this is adventure. The parts before that, I found it very grindy with the climb, explore, climb, fight, climb some more.
That's Uncharted.
I mean, it summed it up to me. I mean, I'm just going to get this out of my system first. There was one part where you're in a... the auction is going on, and you have to go and you have to go find the electricity switch or whatever it is, and he's in there, and there's a cutscene.
Yeah.
And then the cutscene basically tells you that you need to find something to switch off the electricity. So now you start looking for something. You look for a bar, a crowbar, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
That is no challenge whatsoever. It means walking around this room, checking a drawer. There's the crowbar, and then there's a cutscene of him cutting out. It's so, boring. It was so boring.
Right.
But
that's not to
say that I still could easily stand up and say it is a phenomenal game. I mean, it is a phenomenal achievement what they have done with with how it looks, how much there is, how it plays. I mean, I got more into the firefights as it went along.
Yeah.
The climbing, for as much climbing as there is, and I got mightily fed up of it. It is very good climbing. That's good climbing.
Got some real good climbing in there.
Ooh, whappily great, lads. His climbing is quite phenomenal.
Is that David Bellamy? Yes! Nailed it! All these interesting species. He was always talking about interesting species while looking at, I don't know, fucking seaweed.
Where is that guy now? He was great.
He was fantastic. I completely forgot about him until you just pulled him from like the history. I was like, oh my god, David Bellamy.
Fish is gone. Look up David Bellamy. Come back later.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great, and particularly when it got to later on and it opened up into the pirate lands and stuff like that. The scenes were just magnificent, and when they were in the old houses of the pirate guys, whatever their names were, I just don't care.
Yeah.
But I mean, the places were astounding.
They were
amazing. So you know what? I don't want anyone going, oh, Fraser's hating on it. He shits on anything that's popular. I think it's amazing. It definitely was amazing. For me, meh.
Right. I will say this. As a person who is like completely like head over heels in love with the Uncharted series in general, and what Naughty Dog does, I don't believe any other studio is capable of doing in one way or the other. They just seem to have some magic spark or lightning in a bottle, but they have several bottles and they nail a lot of good things.
You can do a lot when you have a semi-automatic dildo machine.
That's what can't you do, really? So,
you should know.
Boom.
So, but I will say this: God damn it, they really, like you said, it's slow as shit. And there are huge, like fucking hours and hours of like, you know what they're doing. They're trying to get you to feel this weird brotherly sibling thing, and okay, put them through trauma together. Oh, Sam, I haven't seen you in a decade, whatever, right? But you don't need to like play as them as fucking boys escaping the nunnery, like again and again and again.
You don't.
Honestly, just a pointless waste of assets and people's times.
Couldn't they as well have taken just a little bit of that climbing and give me a few more puzzles? Just a little bit less climbing out of column A and a little bit more in column P.
Column P for
less out of column C, more in column B.
And completely remove exposition in column E. There was a really cool part real early on when he's like retired and he's like, and you pull out that weird kind of Nerf gun and he's like shooting
Yeah.
out, like taking cover behind
Okay.
his old boxes in his attic. That was really cool. That was awesome. But I mean, overall, like, there's an awful lot of
I don't. Yeah.
just
Then don't forget how close that was to the bit where he plays Crash
That-
Bandicoot with
Crash-
his wife. Oh my god, it was so cringeworthy.
Was
was
it?
just
I
dreadful.
loved that. I thought it was
Oh.
great. So endearing. So endearing. It's wonderful.
He wasn't any good at it.
Oh, see? Because he's shit at games.
He wouldn't be able to have his own YouTube channel.
No. And he called it like a game box or something. Like, oh, it was quaint.
I'm gonna play
But I
this
like
here
that.
game
I also
tape.
I like the way that there are a couple of scenes in there which were the exact same as that, like where you had to run from the truck.
Yeah,
Stuff like
exactly.
that.
Yeah, running towards
Good.
the camera, jumping over
Yeah.
holes.
It was good.
Fantastic.
It was good.
I mean, the whole relationship with Eleanor is just fantastic. They really do. They work wonders with those actors in that script. They always have, and that never fails to disappoint. They put the tension, the friction in there. I thought Sully was a little bit underused this time around.
Yeah, he's great.
He's fantastic.
Although his brother was cool.
Oh, Sam was all right, but he was a complete cunt. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, the entire game was because he lied to his brother, who he hadn't seen in 15 years. Real spoiler, by the way. Sorry.
I must have skipped that part.
Oh, you did? Oh, you didn't
had
read
no
the
idea
story?
what was
Yeah, that
going
was
on.
great. At the very end, we're like, oh, so what
I
about...
just wanted to get to
Now
those
there's-
climbing bits.
Yeah,
as quick
no, there
as
was
possible.
no jail bust. there was no, like,
Spoilers.
gang lord. Anyway, so, but that said, like you said, as soon as it got piratey, the more piratey it got, for some that's when they got the juice. That's when it started feeling like Uncharted 2. That's when the magic came back. Still heavy on the climbing. Still a bit heavy on the climbing. I think
they
the combat was-
shoehorned in some stuff too, like they shoehorned in the marking your target sort of thing. I think that's flavor of the month at the moment, marking your targets. And
You're not
even
down with
know
market. You don't like to mark a
Oh.
target, right?
I didn't find at what point it really served.
Well, it's so you could keep track of them when they walk away. Because it was like, those were stealthy sections they could be. It was to give you an option to play stealthily.
I guess.
When you're completely invisible, stood in grass. Mechanics. It's all mechanics. Yeah, but obviously it's a AAA. It's a masterclass in game design again. The only thing is, I think that they really did. Well, okay, so this is one thing that occurred to me a lot, was that this one, of course, was the lead producer was, or the game director or whatever, was Neil Druckmann for this one, since Sandy Hennig has left.
That's
So
not good for it.
Sandy, not Sandy.
Who?
Amy Hennig.
No, it's Sandy, your sister. So Amy Hennig left.
Was
Star Wars it off.
Did she say something about a jailbreak?
Something like, but it never happened.
It never happened.
So since she left, it was left to Neil Druckmann to helm this one, and of course Neil Druckmann was the lead on The Last of Us. And for Christ's sake, I think he brought way too many Last of Us elements into this game, specifically moving around that stupid crate on wheels. That was a puzzle that they kept using over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh man, that's just a little bit too high. Look around, see if you can find something. Oh, it's a fucking crate. Like every time. Oh, it's just the right size. Oh, it's on wheels. Every time. Like, high up in, like Scottish Highlands, nothing around for miles. I need to get up this hill. Oh, there's a crate on wheels.
Yeah, well.
Anyway, couple
The
of missteps.
driving bit was good.
I like the driving a lot, and I
Got
love
a
the
little-
winch.
Oh, the winch started to bug me a little bit.
Did it though? Did it?
Yeah, a
I
little
loved
bit.
it how there was a bit of contention about whether it was worth buying the winch.
Yeah, it was good.
And then you were just like, yeah, I kept rubbing it in every time they used the winch.
Yeah. It's
That was
very
good.
clever. No, they're very clever. And when you would be driving and you'd go up the wrong area, and they would have that sound bite ready for when you made that
Oh,
area.
absolutely. I don't think it's this
Things
way.
like-
Nate.
It's that level of class, which is just
Yeah, they were always ahead of you, ready to kind of give you some juice, even if you were doing the wrong thing. It was beautiful. But yeah, like the amount of like video I took of that game and like screenshots, I just had to stop like every few minutes. It is just way too gorgeous for its own good. That game, so deliciously
very
gorgeous.
impressive.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's that wonderful game. I'll probably go back and play it. I just needed a rest. It's like, okay, I'm done. I'm Uncharted out for a bit. I'll go back. But for right now, I'm done. So what else we got? Brendan Sarik's.
Yes.
Oh,
That he is I and I am he.
can I hear about the first one? Because I've never heard of it.
Layers of Fear is a
Actually, stop. Because I've got to go to the bathroom. Can you talk instead about the second one?
no, because
the
second one is for you. But
Well,
you
now
can
we
go to
have
the
a dilemma.
bathroom. I mean,
Thanks.
You know what? You go to the bathroom.
I'm going to go to the bathroom.
We can talk
Turn the
about
tap off.
Yeah, don't forget to turn the tap
It's
off.
topical. It's a reference.
Salt and Sanctuary is a 2D side-scrolling Metroidvania Dark Souls-like. And
It's supposed to be pretty tough.
it is. Well, I mean, it's Dark Souls. It's done by the Dishwasher Samurai guys, or guy. I don't know if it's multiple people or not. And it is about. I mean, it's the plot of Dark Souls, except it's a 2D side scroller. I'm really enjoying it, and I don't much like Dark Souls, but I really like 2D side scrolling platformer
Metroidvania. Yeah.
Types.
Well, you know what? Actually, never mind. Sorry.
No,
I was just gonna say, because we could because you can still talk this when Steve gets back. I bought Guacamelee again. I don't know why.
why? Do you not own it?
Because I think I do, but I'm not on the PS4. So
okay.
I play it on that. So it's $3, right? So
Right.
yeah. So I'm all on that Metroidvania tip, and I never finished it. So
Guacamelee I liked a lot.
sorry, I derailed you there.
No, that's fine. The one problem I had with Guacamelee was that it's a little too what's the word? It's a little too Super Meat Boy-ish. Like you need very precise execution of things.
Oh,
And
okay.
I didn't like that as much as I liked as much as I liked like Axiom Verge and those other ones that are a little more forgiving is the word.
Here comes Bathroom Boy.
There he is. There he is. He's having trouble sitting. I wonder what that means.
I'm back.
Did you play Salt and Sanctuary?
Did I? Yes, I did.
Did you like Salt and Sanctuary?
It was I.
But you love Dark Souls.
Absolutely.
I don't understand.
Well, you see, Dark Souls is a good game.
Okay.
That's
I'm with you so far.
It's the main difference.
I'm with you.
Making a 2D grungy side scroller
Right.
and changing Souls for Salt.
Yeah. And
A
Sanctuary.
good game does not make. I mean,
fair enough.
don't get me wrong. I think if had it been released in the times of the Commodore Amiga, I think that this could possibly have been the best game ever made.
Okay, that's fair.
At that time.
That's fair.
At that
That's
time.
fair. That's fair.
But these days, we have these things in our computers and our consoles, and they're called 3D graphics cards.
Right.
And I like them when they're used. I like to have 3D in my graphics.
Okay.
Now, that's not to say that I'm exclusively 3D,
Okay.
but when I already have Dark Souls 3 over here being baller, I don't really need 2D grunge Nine Inch Nails machine over here.
I just thought you'd get a kick out of the game.
Okay, so I'm being overly harsh because I did get a kick out of it. Now, there are a couple of things that struck me as weird. I think they do an awful lot of giving you instructions, but in such a weird, obtuse, bizarre way.
Okay.
So as to make you think that you're not getting instructions at all, and there's just some mysterious shit being thrown at you. They did that.
I can see that.
Yeah. Their use of symbols before you understand what symbols mean is stupid. Anyway, I liked some of the platforming. I liked some of it. I really, really liked the combat because it felt very Dark Souls, in so much as you had to time your swings. And there was a big kind of back and forth dance, blocking, swing, block, going in for the kill, trying to, that kind of stuff. It was still in there. I thought it was a little unforgiving, given the aesthetic. Because it's like I think I said on an earlier show, like the thing that got me over the hump on Dark Souls was how fucking gorgeous that game is.
Okay.
And it was fun to be around just because it looks so sumptuous. Now, even though it was beating me over the dick constantly with like swords and spears, and resetting my progress constantly, at least it looked good while it was doing it.
Right.
This one looks interesting in a
Right.
college student kind of way, which
In a very
sometimes ain't
dishwasher
enough.
samurai type of way.
Very dishwasher samurai way, which has its place. I mean, the thing is, it's a good game, but the thing is, for me, when I already have Dark Souls 3 over here, Salt and Sanctuary was released at the wrong time, and by wrong time, I mean wrong decade.
Fair enough. That's fair. I didn't know. I guess it's one of those things where you have to kind of be into 2D platformers.
Right, which I know that you are completely because of your Axiom Verge talk and all the other stuff, which we know you're a big fan of.
Yes. So I think that maybe helps is my it being absolutely gorgeous, so I can compensate for the downfalls of it.
Now, let me ask you this, because I only played but so much. How much have you played in it? And is it worth me forging on? Because I have not installed it. It's still there. So we're at that point.
I would say that if you're not into the aesthetic and you're not into the 2D platforming, no, it's not. Because, like, the bosses are cool, but they're cool in that's an interestingly drawn 2D sprite the giant 2D sprite that I have to fight. And,
right.
It's the same as Dark Souls. Once you learn their pattern, you kind of just, I don't know. I would say that if you're not into it by now, you probably won't get into it.
Okay, that's fair. It was like what was that other one that came out that was like a Roman kind of wall
Apotheon?
art? Apotheon, yeah. I thought I was going to love the shit out of that, and I did not.
I gave that a good try, and I never. It just.
Yeah, that one never stuck with me either.
No.
This is kind of I got the same. I got the same taste off a Salt and Sanctuary. I really wanted to like it, and I went out and dropped the dollars on it because I was like, this has got promise. But in the end, it didn't quite keep my attention. But I don't know if that's more. It's easy to be critical when I don't have to play it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I don't know if that's more because a symptom of the fact that there were so many other damn good games around at the time that it was competing for space in my day.
Yeah.
Or not. Like, if that was the only thing I had to play, I'd probably love the shit out of it. But contextually, next to Dark Souls 3...
Yeah, not the best time to be releasing that game.
Not great.
But I guess, you don't really have a choice, right? Like, a small studio like that, it's not like they can be like, all right, we'll hold on to this until, the Dark Souls stuff dies down.
Exactly, yeah. If Xbox says, hey, we're going to let you sell your shit on our store, it's going to go on the front page, or, PlayStation, but it's going to be this day.
Right, exactly.
You go, yeah, you're going to let them do it. That's fair.
All right, so I will talk about Layers of Fear. I played through that. That was on Steam Greenlight like a year ago, and I bought it, and I started it, and I was like, no, I don't want to play this yet. It's not done. So... Layers of Fear is what happens when you really like PT and you make a 4-hour game that is PT.
Okay.
Which, on theory sounds real cool, right? But at the end of the day, you are just walking forward. And you are walking forward. And scary shit happens occasionally. And there's a puzzle here and there. But you're walking forward. And it's not as pretty as PT. It's not as, photorealistic as PT.
Right.
So it's not nearly as creepy. There are creepy moments to that game, but it is definitely not. I don't know. It's hard because I think PT is the perfect survival horror game because it for what it does in the time that it has, it executes on everything.
Agreed.
And so when you take a game like Layers of Fear, which just takes that idea and stretches it out, that's just a real thin gameplay hook. Like the looping, it's literally a loop too because. The premise is you are this drunk, washed up artist who is painting one last piece, and basically what you do is you go and you start painting, and you start wandering around the house, and the house changes, the rooms change, and you start to learn about what the reality is behind this painting, and the reality is about yourself, it's pretty cliche.
Is it like a psychotic episode kind of situation?
Yeah,
okay.
It is. Yeah, very much so.
Right.
And
not rather like he's in a place of malice, but like this is his own head fucking with him.
Right, exactly.
Gotcha.
Because he has done some terrible shit, and it's that coming home to roost.
Did he flood his own bathroom?
Yes, actually he did.
It's in there.
There's actually a scene where you have to
Hold the plug
nearly
out. You have to-
drown in
Did he
in a
pre-order
bathtub.
Watch Dogs?
That asshole! Burn for your crime! Did he have to take a shit in a tornado?
No, there's no
Okay.
no shitting in tornadoes, nothing like that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel bad because I feel like the developers of the game had their heart in the right place. It's just that
Right.
that hook doesn't work for a 4-hour game. Like, you need other shit to happen other than scary shit happening at the periphery or behind you, and like you need something to really tie it, to pull it all together. And change, like a constantly shifting house doesn't.
Right.
So
I wish I liked these games more. I don't like being scared. That's a big problem with
Really?
these games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like the sensation of playing these games.
I don't like it either, but that's why I like playing them. I don't know why. Like, it's that thing where it's like, I hate this like, I cannot wait to play Paranormal Activity, the Vive thing.
Oh,
But like, I'm terrified to play Paranormal Activity, the Vive thing, because like, I know it's gonna scare the shit out of me.
it's gonna be awful, dude.
I know, but I
They're
can't
gonna
wait.
be in the room with you.
Well, I mean, we
In your
talked.
face.
We talked about it at Game of the Year. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I really struggled getting through Alien Isolation. That was real hard for me, because that game is terrifying to me.
I was the same with Soma. I hid behind a box when that thing kept walking past.
Yeah,
I
and you were like, "I'll just
almost
stay here.
shit myself.
I'm good. I'll just stay here behind the box because
I did.
it's safe."
But it found me anyway, and it fucking kicked the
yeah.
shit out of me,
Yeah.
and I don't want to play it again.
Yep, I hear you.
I don't feel safe going exploring. It crushes my instinct to hide in those games.
I hear you.
It just ruins the game because that's all I want to do. Is
That's-
sit there behind a box for an hour.
That's
What?
a
Save
genre.
it.
That's a
Load it
genre
up.
that's gonna have to move along, because the idea of being the unarmed dude who has to hide in between stuff is slowly becoming.
Is it a little bit of a cop-out? Like,
The unarmed guy.
well, you can create an environment with relatively little gameplay, really.
Right.
when you
No,
think
you're
about
absolutely
it.
right.
So is it a cop-out? And it's like, well, we can knock this one out pretty easily. And
I mean,
You don't
is
have
it-
to think
is
about-
it light on mechanics? Yes.
You don't have to think about how am I going to design this encounter so that it's both fun and challenging to the player, because really you're just going to drop some big monster in there and give them places to hide.
I think Amnesia did a really good job of that with the whole madness thing. Like
Yeah.
when you looked at it,
Yeah, Amnesia.
you started going crazy,
I
and
wish-
the screen was going weird.
I wish I liked that game more.
I actually liked that more than the others, and the only reason is because I felt that I was more free to walk around, because when it was close, it kind of gave you indicators,
Right.
and that stopped. I didn't have to worry about the jump scares as much. It was more of a creeping dread, which I can handle.
Right.
Now, and the fact that like you could move boxes, if you're like, oh shit, this is a dead end. Oh no, the thing's happening. He's coming now. Hide behind some boxes and peep out of the corner. And of course, if he's there, you start going mad and the screen goes crazy, so you can't look. And then when you hear him next to you and you can't look, and you're just waiting for him to go past, that's some solid game design.
Yeah.
Which they don't really have in the new ones. They kind of...
No.
I don't know
Well,
how you
Soma
would do
had
the whole...
something. Remember, Soma had something where if you looked at... There is an enemy in Soma that if you look at
would-
it too long, you could fall fucked up.
It was the weird screen glitchy stuff,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, I can't quite remember what it was, but yeah, I think it was whenever you looked at those the weird creatures.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as it goes, I can't play them, and I want to, and I can't, and I want to, and I can't. And when it's, did you hear about like that people are actually starting being concerned about the level of terror that one can invoke in a game when it comes to VR?
It's gonna be.
They have to actually
It's
tone
going to
it
be
down.
a super interesting year.
People are going to
It's
be
gonna
dying
a
of heart attack.
super
I'm not
interesting
like.
year.
It's going to be like
It's going to be real
harmful to
interesting.
your health.
Yeah, I know. It's going to be a real... Like, they're already talking about how PlayStation VR, how the devs aren't necessarily following the guidelines, and people at E3 got real sick.
Oh really?
Yeah, because they're not able to... There was something that they were like... you can't really do walking sitting because your brain just doesn't like that.
Yeah.
Like you
can
could
take
do
about
like
10 minutes of it and you're done.
like you could do like a I'm driving a car because your brain understands you're already sitting, so it's entirely
Right.
possible that you could be moving. But the walking doesn't work.
Doesn't compute. It breaks the whole in sync thing.
And your brain is like, you've been poisoned. Time to throw everything up.
Right. Yeah. And that's what I really don't care because really I wouldn't want a VR situation where I have to run around with the sticks but look around with my head at the same time.
Right.
Because that really would fuck with me. I already know it. But I will play every sitting down simulator on the planet.
Elite Dangerous is going to be amazing in VR.
Thank you.
I'll wait for my attacked helicopter game. That's what I want.
Dude, do you realize that like you can actually get a HOTAS now for the PlayStation 4? And
they were on sale on Prime Day yesterday. Not enough for me to buy one, but they were on sale.
Well, no. The X52 Cytec was down from 129 to 101 or something.
But then there was another one that was 250 down to 230.
Oh, that was the Warthog or the something or other. No, but Thrustmaster has a budget line, and it's called the T-Flight X HOTAS. And it's one where like you got the throttle and the stick, and they slot together, or you can break them apart and kind of stick them on either side of your keyboard. And that's what I play Elite with, and I love it to death. There's a blue version of that now for the same price, which is $50, which is amazing. And it's compatible with PlayStation 2. Already works with all of their World of Warplanes and 4. I was thinking about Ace Combat, whatever it was, which also had one. They also, yeah. So, Elite, that's the only trouble. Elite's not out for it yet, and they're going to have the VR. So it's a case of once the PSVR comes out, and we have the HOTAS.
You're not going to leave. You're going to be like, nope, sorry, can't podcast. Have to go mining in the Delta sector.
The outer rim.
The outer rim.
Everyone's favorite place in space.
Fraser, I want to hear about the Resident Evil 7 demo.
I was going to say that it's going to be a good segue to go to Resident
I want to hear
Evil
about
7
that.
demo, and I think Steve was playing that too.
I want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Because I have not heard good things.
I found interesting because it's an hour demo. It's Resident Evil 7, the first hour.
The first hour.
And I'm sure I saw you playing it for like 3 days on the trot.
That's my son.
I was like, he is ringing that hour out big time.
He really is, because apparently there's a lot of secrets in there.
There is.
And there's like 1,000 endings, and he was trying to get all of them. Got to catch them all.
Okay, I did not know.
I want to hear about this game because I have not heard good things. I've heard that it's. I've heard that it's.
First of all, there's nothing about it that screams Resident Evil to me.
But I'm okay with that.
If going by a Resident Evil 4, 5, 6, ooh, Resident Evil 7's coming. This isn't quite what I was expecting. Putting that aside, it was pretty neat. It seemed to have some pedigree. You could feel the pedigree in it. It felt like it's made for VR, like shaky going down the hallway. I was like, this is made for VR. This is not made for me with my thumbsticks. This is a showcase for when it comes out.
Right.
It was okay. It was a big bag of all right. We'll see.
A big bowl of okay. I will agree with you on that one. I thought that how it started was rather good. It kind of set the pace. It's like, oh, it's tense. But this is the problem I always have with these things. They're like, oh, escape the house. And you're like, well, there's a door, and I know he just left out of that door. I can hear footsteps everywhere because they want to give me the old creepy ambience. So I'm constantly thinking that wherever I'm going to go, he's going to be there, so I'm just not going to go there. Therefore, I will assume my standard position in these games behind a box. The end. That's it. So
I will be fine here.
I'm going to save my game. Next week, I'll load it up, hide behind that box for another hour, save it.
Yeah. So this actually sits closer to what you guys have just been talking about, these sort of walking simulators with jump scares.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas I want the T-Virus manufactured by Umbrella Corps. Where was that?
Dude.
Where's my...
Well, I wonder if they're...
Where's your shark in a tank underground?
I wonder if
I
wonder if we're going to get a new thing, because I feel like every trilogy of Resident Evil games we get a new thing. We had the T-Virus and whatchamacallit, the H-Virus, whatever the fuck they were in 1 through 3. And then through 4 through 6, we had what was the bug called? What was that thing called?
I can't remember.
I can't remember either. It has a
Liquor?
Spanish name.
I don't know.
No, the thing.
The Ouroboros.
Well, whatever the bug
No,
that they got.
that was 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 4 and 5, and I think 6 too. Although maybe 6 went back to zombies. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I played 6, but I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, for me, the Resident Evil is I'm excited about what I played in 4, 5, and 6, and tons of weapons and unlocks and big scenes and massive beasts transforming in front of my eyes.
Being able to skip cutscenes and.
I did not see any of that. Oh, you never cut. I wouldn't skip the cutscenes in Resident Evil.
No.
There's too much going on. Too much. It's just fun. It's fun. It's horror fun.
Yeah, I don't like where Resident Evil has gone since 2.
You know what? I liked Code Veronica, but I'm with you beyond that.
Right. For some reason, I mean, they carved out a really cool niche with the first one. Creepy haunted house, classic B-movie fringe, terrible voice acting, but the music, it was grimdark. Mm-hmm. It was like cool fringe, Nine Inch Nails, dark. It was perfect, and it was a zombie yarn, right? Special forces, it was fantastic.
Raccoon
City. And the way it sold it was just perfect. And then even the second one in the when they went to Raccoon City, and the Leon Kennedy in the old precinct and stuff, again, still amazing. And then it went off in a direction which it went where I could not follow.
I don't like the bug. I don't like whatever the bug is that gets that infects everything in 2 and 3, or I'm sorry, 4 and 5.
Right.
I don't think that those things are interesting.
I think that I enjoyed a lot of 4. I think that the guy with a box cage on his head with the chainsaw is or cloth sack or whatever the fuck it was. That as nothing in any game ever will invoke like my fight or flight response quite like that guy showing
Where's
up.
a box?
Right. I need a save slot and a box. But I don't know.
It's interesting. I mean, for me, 4 was just phenomenal, mind blowing. Loved. I've played that game to death, like to death. Every character, every unlock, every weapon,
right,
on every system. And 5, a lot of people didn't rate 5. I loved 5 to death. I ended up playing that is on the Xbox to death, on the PS3 to death. I loved it.
That one
6.
co-op.
Yeah, it was fun. It was just fun. 6, not so much. And I don't know. I just don't know where 7's going. I can't see it.
The trouble that I'm having right now is Capcom as a publisher is just directionless. I don't know. I have no idea.
Well, they aren't directionless.
What goes on in those boardrooms anymore?
They're going towards wherever the money is. Like Sony threw them a lot of money, so they were like, "Sure, we'll make Street Fighter 5."
But it's so grasping. Like it's just so random because of that. And it's like they just dig up, or they either republish old stuff, or they just sell add-ons to stuff that they've already sold.
Yeah.
Or they just, again, follow where the money is and just publish something that slots right into that train as it's leaving the station.
And you can see why Resident Evil 7 might fit in with that VR.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Here we go. Here's a killer app with a killer title, killer brand. Just launched in time for the Neo.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
What even is Resident Evil anymore if it's not just a name that also implies, random horror game?
And that could be what it is, because at the end of the day, that's what Silent Hill is, right? Like, the only thing that Silent Hill that's codified within Silent Hill is Pyramid Head, which I will argue to this day is the dumbest fucking thing, but that's the only thing that links those games together anymore is Pyramid Head.
Well, no, there's lots of different types of Resident Evil games, right? They did on-rail shooters. They've
Umbrella Corp is fairly awful.
Yeah. And then I got a massive amount of enjoyment out of Resident Evil Revelations 2. I've got Resident Evil Revelations I bought in a humble bundle or a Steam sale or something the other month. I'm waiting to play on the PC, and I know that those are more in vein with the 4, 5, and 6. Mm-hmm. But it is a brand.
Yep.
Right. That's what it feels like. It's not. It doesn't invoke. Oh, zombies, B movie. Excellently, like, I don't know, very soulful, well executed trash. Right, basically is what what the original was, which I loved.
If they were calling this Resident Evil VR or Resident Evil, the next step, I would probably, or whatever it is, the next step. There you go. Right. Yeah, okay. I would have an easier time spawning it. Our Resident Evil 7 says to me, this is going to be a spiritual successor to 6, 5, and 4, and it doesn't.
I will say, though, that the logo work is fucking phenomenal. That Resident Evil 7 logo is fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. Very good, yeah.
Yeah. But I agree with you, Fraser. It's somewhat unremarkable, and there's really only one bad guy in it, and it is just a shock stare, and it doesn't really do much to... It's not like the ambience doesn't kind of... The pressure doesn't build, the tension doesn't mount in any way. It doesn't manifest like in the place. It's still the place. Nothing changes, nothing happens until you do a thing and boom, the guy, hey, welcome to the family or whatever, and that's the end. And it's just a question of what will trigger that event. It's a lot like PT, except PT had... There were many layers to what was going on in PT, and you felt it from the minute you walked through that door the first time. Whereas this one feels like you're just in a house, and something or other will trigger the guy at some point.
Fair enough.
So there's more depth to PT than there was in this first hour of Resident Evil.
Yeah. Okay, next.
Next. Let's see. Has anyone talked about Overwatch yet?
We talked about it briefly, I think.
Overwatch?
If you want to gush on Overwatch, it's a tremendous game.
Well, that's the thing. I don't gush on Overwatch. I enjoy it, and it's a solid title, and it's got Blizzard goo all over it.
Blizzard!
And that's about it.
But what else do you want from a game?
Well, I don't say I want more out of it, but it seems that a lot of other people are getting more out of it than I am, and I'm not sure why.
I would say the same. I actually got a copy of Overwatch and played it a little bit, but I'm not interested in Overwatch. I just don't have the time to devote what that shooter needs for me to be good at it and enjoy it to the max.
It's fun. It has fun, and I like the variety, and I like the idea of everyone being a unique hero that does have abilities that that form synergies with other people's abilities in a non-traditional, non-class-based team way. Mm-hmm. I like that a lot, and I think that they've executed on it really, really well. It's just small. It's small numbers, team FPS stuff. We've been playing it for decades. I just don't understand what the...
But we haven't been playing... We haven't been playing one like that, I don't think.
Not like that.
No, I don't think we have been playing one like that. And I think it's not a question of... I'm not saying it's bad. I've heard Duke on Veteran Gamers gushing about it and saying how great he thinks it is. And I think it is. It sounds like it's great. And if you can find the greatness in it, phenomenal. I didn't really have the time for it. Today, I'm supposed to be playing in some Halo 5 matches coming up. So I thought, you know what? I should really sit down and play some Halo 5.
Right.
I played a multiplayer game, Free For All.
Yeah.
Something woke up in me. It was tremendous.
I fear we have awoken.
Wow, that was
tremendous.
I wasn't sure where that was going to go.
I was
like, oh, he's going to uninstall it.
He's going to uninstall it from his Xbox, which means I guess just taking the discount.
It was like a incredibly bright, high-def version of Free For All Halo that I haven't played for years.
Halo 5 is fucking good, man. That's a good game.
Yeah.
I almost bought it when it was like half price, and I didn't. I can't bring myself to buy that damn game. I just can't.
And I think the interesting thing is, I got mullered the first little while, but not for long.
Right.
And in the end, I came second. I had a 1-to-1 kill-death ratio, which is not bad at all when you haven't played for a long time.
But did you get munted?
I didn't get munted.
All right. Just mullered.
Just mullered.
All right.
And
just checking,
just checking my verbs. I'm doing a quick verb check here.
You knocked me off my stride there.
Quick South London verb check.
Need a quick verb check here.
It was just good. Oh yeah.
Check
Another
all
thing
that
is,
apply.
like,
Were you knackered?
I was not knackered.
No.
Is that,
I don't know what any of that
you know, I
means.
got myself up and I was playing it and I was really into it and I was devoting a lot of energy into it, which is these games take a lot of energy, which I don't have as much of as I used to. I was able to hold my own and secure 17 kills, you know,
Champion.
out of the 25 needed to win.
He's
That
a
is
champion.
saucy.
He's
That's
a
solid. That's
the real
solid.
MVP.
That's the
Yeah,
he
that is
is.
solid, right?
That's-
But that did not come by just willy-nilly playing an hour here, and I came from, you know, we're going back now 10 years, 15 years, or whatever it was.
You tapped into
Yeah.
the depths of your history with the chief.
'Cause my wife came down and went, "Those wasted years," you know.
You're like, what wasted years? Look, 17 out of 25.
I just killed this 15-year-old 5 times.
Yeah, eat
He'll
it.
think twice before running against me again.
He'll think twice
On this
before
map
dropping
that-
racial
yeah.
slurs on me again.
So that's
Forward.
the thing with Overwatch. It's just I don't have the. I can't be bothered with it.
Right. I do like the glory thing at the end.
The play of the game.
play of the game. No
It's
matter
sassy,
what
isn't it?
it's very sassy, but I love that music. It's so heroic.
I-
The heroic music in that game is what makes that game for me.
It's
enough.
very slick.
It
I
is.
really,
It is.
I really enjoy it. I think because it calls back to playing Unreal Tournament 2004 for me.
Right.
That stuff. I haven't found a game that reminds me of that, and I just love that like everyone's got different shit and everyone feels unique, and they
Yeah.
all are fun. Like even if you don't like playing healers, the healers are fun in that game. I don't know.
I'm a Tracer guy, and everyone hates Tracer. I don't know what the shit that is about. Cheers, love.
If you're a good tracer, like if you can see the matrix, I don't know how to even deal with you. Like I just like a good tracer is just like over my head. I don't
Everywhere,
even know.
right. That's kind of what I'm going for there.
Yep.
It's either that or that weird robot that can heal himself and turn into a turret. That's Bastion. That's my two. That's my two go-tos.
I play a lot of Roadhog.
Everyone
guy.
A lot of people
I
are
love
good on that
Roadhog.
Roadhog.
I love Roadhog.
Let's see. Oh, there's Halo 5. Okay. And Fraser Moore's Ratchet and Clank. We have to hear.
We must
Ratchet
hear the
and Clank.
conclusion of this saga.
Yeah, Ratchet and Clank. I rented that from the library.
Yay!
Yeah, good old library.
Live bet.
I threw in Ratchet and Clank and I started to play it and I was like, oh god, Ratchet and Clank. Okay, all right. And I stopped playing Ratchet and Clank. And then about a day later, I went back to Ratchet and Clank and I decided to play some more Ratchet and Clank. And then Ratchet and Clank clicked with me and it became possibly one of the
played
best
you.
games I will have played this year. It is just phenomenal.
Really?
It's familiar yet different enough to invoke all the nostalgia from playing the original back in the day. It's just solid. It's solid platforming goodness, you know, and that combined with tons of OCD collectibles and got to get it all and find it
Right.
all, and I just loved it. I loved it, and it doesn't hold your hand either. Some of it was pretty damn hard.
Right.
good.
Is it a remake of Future?
It's like a reimagining, right? Like it's the same beats, kind of.
It seems like
Yeah.
the same kind of places to me from what I've seen.
It's like you're playing the first, and then it's like you're not playing the first. It's like
Right.
the first level is almost the exact same as far as I can work out, and then they really take a lot of liberties and change some stuff. I can't tell you how exact it is, but
I love the hell out of Future on the PlayStation 3. That was a big thing for me back
I
in the
don't
day.
think I ever played that
I
one.
hated Future. I
You
hate
did?
all those dumb games. I don't know why. I think they're just mindless, boring, like flavorless platformers to me.
You shut your whore mouth.
Get off the show.
You're done. That's enough.
I don't
Shit
think,
outta here.
For me, you know, I don't think anything holds a candle to Jack and Daxter, which I love with a passion. Ratchet and Clank was great. I never really progressed much into later ones in the series, but this was just, in terms of platforming,
And I haven't played this one,
goodness,
so it might be
was
real
just
good.
great.
It's cheap too, right?
It's great.
40.
Yeah,
It's 40 bucks.
it's decent. It's a decent price. It was just great.
It's like $40 as opposed to 60, I think, for us cats.
But it's back to what Fish was talking about earlier, you know, Metroidvania games, and just we all have those itches we like to have scratched.
Yeah.
And this just scratches that
Totally.
You know, collectible platforming.
I think I'm gonna have to pick it up because I need some like super vibrant, bright, good, chewy gameplay goodness, like super easy button press, jump everywhere, super agile, easy to play, guns for everything game.
Yeah,
that really fit the bill for me back in the day.
Yep,
In the
it's good.
day.
It's good.
Deep.
Yep, I don't need to wax too long on that one, but I will, and I'll move slightly if you don't mind me carrying on. I also picked up Little Big Planet 3 the other day on sale for like $6.
And you were saying you were playing the shit out of that.
Love it, yeah.
Really?
Enjoying it. Whoever this new company is that took over, it's not Media Molecule who did this one.
Well, no, it's not.
No, they're
It
working on
is
something
somebody
else.
else. I can't remember who it was. They've done a really bang-up job. They've really, really done well with it. I like it a lot.
I love the first one. I love the first one to death. The second one I never played, and this third one I just can't. I mean, it's more of what I've had before. The only thing is that the novelty is worn off. The novelty.
I think I lost the novelty at the second one, so I haven't played them for a long time. So coming back to the third one now it was long. I've had enough of a hiatus that I'm really enjoying it. I can see I'm never going to finish the whole thing.
Right.
Like the hub world is a mess. I don't understand what they're doing with
from your pod and then opening up the worlds and all that shit. It's kind of
but you actually have like a main section where you go to find everything. I think officially I've completed the game because I've put the guys back into the bad guys back into the pot or whatever it is we're supposed to be doing. Right. But there's so many more levels that you've got to find through each of these 3 hub sections from where you get your heroes, because you have Toggle, who's the big guy who changes big and little.
Right.
Swoop.
Who's the boyd?
The dog thing.
Right.
But I can't find my way around. I'm finding that pretty frustrating. So I don't know. But from grabbing a quick 4 to 6 hours of platforming goodness for $6, can't argue with that.
That's fair.
Can't argue with that.
No. I am going to ignore that I've played more Doom, and I've played...
Hold on now.
What?
Sir.
Yes.
I don't know, man. Did you see that they released that Vulcan patch?
I did.
And it increased my frames per second, and like I played all these games this week, right? I played not just this week, but all this time. And I went back and played Doom, and I was like, I could just play another fucking 12 levels of this, and I would be fucking happy. I'd pay another $60 for 12 more fucking levels, and I'd be so happy.
Let me ask you something.
Please, axe away.
I need to ask you something.
Yes.
So, it runs great on my Xbox One. For reasons unknown to me at the time, I also picked it up on the PlayStation 4.
Okay, all right.
And I will say, just for the record, just in case anyone's wondering,
please, I need to keep score.
The difference is staggering.
Really?
But yes.
What should I be playing it on then?
PS4. No question. No question.
Really?
No question. No question.
Wow,
no
really?
question.
Oh,
PS4
wow.
all the way. All the
Okay.
way. Yeah. Trust me. 1080p makes a big difference
Oh, I bet.
compared to 900 on the Xbox. And even though everyone's like, it's locked at 60, there are some sections on the Argent Tower section level, which is the best level in any game I think I've played in the last 10 years, by
that
the
level
way.
is so good. Fuck.
But there's some draw distances that really fuck up the frames when you're looking at them or swinging past. And the Xbox has more of those kinds of situations where just scanning around just as you pass certain parts. PlayStation just has that one small section on the outside, exterior section of Argent Tower. The rest of it's smooth the entire way through. So yes, go with that. Higher res, smoother gameplay, loads quicker, bizarrely. Way superior in a lot of subtle ways. So apparently this game is super optimized to run on PCs.
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Right.
It's
right?
absolutely ridiculous.
Yes. Well, let me tell you something.
Please.
Let me tell you what I did.
Don't stop. Don't let me stop you. Tell away.
Let me tell you something. So I picked it up on Steam. Because it was on sale. Actually, no. Yeah, it was because it was like $35, whatever.
Okay, so you've bought it 3 times.
Yes.
Nice.
And
You the MVP.
And I know I'm the real winner. So
Your wife, not so much.
now I have an i7 laptop.
Mm-hmm.
It's an i7.
Yes.
I have 16 gigs of memory,
Yes.
and I have a GeForce GTX 860M
Yes.
with 4 gigs of discrete RAM on it.
Okay.
There should be no question at all about whether or not this can run Doom at 60.
I agree. There should be no question.
Right.
Well, wait. What's the video card? What did you say the video card was?
It's a GTX 860M,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
which is about the average, I think. It's between the minimum and the max, but as far as CPU and memory's concerned, it's higher than the recommended.
Okay.
So I should be able to get some kind of solid performance by changing a few graphics things.
Sure.
I should get a lock 60.
Sure.
I have everything running at the lowest, the absolute lowest, minimum, lowest everything, and I can't pull higher than 40.
But have you tried it since they've done the Vulkan stuff?
Well, because I was so disappointed. Because the thing is, the alpha and beta, remember when we did the beta thing?
Mm-hmm.
The beta ran at less than 1 frame a second on this laptop, and when you would go to the support forums, it was like, oh yeah, we're not supporting mobile video cards at this time.
Okay.
So, okay, fine, fuck you, id, for one thing, thanks.
Fuck you,
But,
id.
yeah,
Fuck you, Dev.
Fuck you, id. So, and that was fine because it was the beta. So I think they should at least accommodate everyone a little bit when they release it full time. And that was my assumption, is because it's a mobile card, it runs better than it did in the beta, but it is in no way optimized. Now remember, of course, I'm running that GeForce experience where it optimizes everything for me, and I'm running the latest
shit. It didn't optimize
shit.
it for you?
Absolutely.
Oh.
I get 40 running on low, everything.
Okay.
So I contacted Steam and I was like, I want my fucking money
You're
back.
like, excuse me, Steam. Hello, is this on?
Steam? Yeah.
Give me I want my fucking money back, Steam.
Yeah. You know why? Because I exceed the minimum requirements for this game. In fact, I'm meeting most of the recommendeds, and I can't get anywhere near what I'm supposed to be getting on this thing, so fuck it. So I got a refund on that.
Okay.
Now, you're telling me, and I've read, that there's a new driver that doesn't use OpenGL.
Right. Uses
Or
Vulkan.
DirectX. It uses Vulkan something or other.
Which is actually... It's made... like, the whole point of Vulkan is so things run better in Windows 10 under... older machines run better on Windows 10.
Okay.
Like, literally the whole point.
So, and my understanding is that it makes, like, super powerhouse PCs run this at, like, 3 billion frames a second.
Yes.
But it also helps the small folk, if you will, and it will give them a considerable frames per second boost also.
Yes.
Now, could you give me a rough idea of what kind of boost you got?
I got about, I would say, a 15% boost.
What was your frames before and what was your frames after?
My frames before were steadily around 40, 45, and now they're right up around 60.
And I'm assuming that was a decent visual fidelity.
Yes. Everything
Okay.
I think is set to ultra except for maybe shadows, reflections, something.
Right. So it looks gorgeous, is what you're saying.
Yes, that is a gorgeous game.
Yeah, see, I even had mine running at 1280 by 720.
Jesus.
Was it? No, it was 720. Yeah, it was one of those. It was a really low one, 1280 by 720 or something. Yeah, and with everything on low, and it was just awful. So much like mouse lag and everything. It was awful. It was like clearly this wasn't designed to be running this. So now I'm wondering, shit. Should I try and buy it again?
Shit.
Should I risk buying it on Steam again in the hopes that the Vulkan driver will give me what I need? Or, because will Valve fall for it a second time, so to speak, and give me my money back again if it still does not work correctly? That's my question. I guess I just need to Google it a little bit, see if anyone else with my
It
spec
was on
is...
sale for maybe just wait a couple weeks, because it's been on sale several places. Like it was like $28 on Bethesda's store this last weekend. Yeah.
I might check Brazil, see what Brazil's talking about.
Well, Brazil's cracked down hardcore on.
Have they?
Yeah.
I've noticed that the prices haven't been anywhere near as good as they used to be.
No, the prices are still fine, but like you can't get anything that runs outside Brazil anymore.
So no globals?
No globals.
Oh, goddamn.
In fact, I bought Mighty Number 9 a year ago. They still haven't gotten global keys, and they're not sure they're going to.
Well then.
I won't get to play that terrible fucking Mega Man clone. That's too bad.
Yeah.
I think I paid like $4 for it.
But to answer your initial comments, yeah, I could still like when I got it on the PS4. I'm doing my first playthrough on the PS4, and god damn it, it's still amazing.
That game is so like it has no business. It's no Fraser, you need to play this game.
Oh, I know.
You need
Stop
to
it.
get it
All
from the
right.
library.
Next.
Certainly the
Frankly,
library. Certainly
I
the
am
library carries that,
surprised.
right?
No, library won't sell that shit. It's Canada. So I mean, it's got
The
blood.
library doesn't sell anything.
Ah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I think it's your solemn duty.
Yeah, dude, like this.
You owe it to yourself.
This game could just be called Fraser, because I really think
Fraser the game.
Fraser the game. I think it really
Yeah.
like it's real close.
It's great. It's like right at the very beginning.
The Doom guy has just about as much love of lore as you do.
It's great.
Literally,
Literally. A voice comes over this machine. It's like he's looking at this screen, and a voice comes on saying, my name is Doctor," and he goes, "Fuck that," and throws it away.
Throws it away and just keeps going.
It's great.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I don't care about you.
He doesn't give a fuck.
I'm just here to kill shit. It's
I'm
great.
done. That's like I had a guy at work the other day. I was like, "Dude, Wolfenstein's on sale for like $15 for the Xbox." He's like, "Oh, do you think I'd enjoy it?" I was like, "Would you enjoy this game?" Let me tell you why this game was brilliant. I had another one. Mordor was on sale for $10. Would I enjoy that? Dude, Mordor is like possibly one of the best games ever, and nobody knows why.
Yeah.
It's just
Couldn't
great.
tell you why. Keep playing it though.
Oh
Yeah.
man, I could
Okay,
I could be fine.
I'm gonna get it.
I would be fine with playing another 12 or 16 levels of Doom.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Totally don't let your kids watch you playing it.
Yeah, you don't want your kids watching.
Yeah,
that.
if they're if you have a blood guts cut off like a watershed, yeah, that's
not the game
Keep that
for you.
away from. But it's certainly not like there's no swear words and there's no sexual content.
I think my son's at the age where he will be all over it. He'll definitely.
If he's all into the blood and guts, yeah, then
I finally
by all.
went back. I finally went back and unlocked everything. So I have. All
He
the
showed
Doom
me a game
levels.
today. He's trying to get me to buy Who's Your Daddy. Have you seen this game on Steam?
No, sounds terrible.
Basically about you basically two people play. One person plays the dad, and the other person plays the baby
Is
who's
this like
trying
shower?
to kill.
Oh, I have seen that.
Trying to kill himself, right, by climbing in the oven or cooking himself,
Really? I have
or
seen that.
drowning himself
Yeah.
in the bathtub, and the dad has to
I
save
have
him.
Oh
seen
man,
that.
I wanted to play that now. That sounds great.
Ugh.
All right, so it's basically realistic, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, yeah, I'm not going to talk about Elite because, just in case anyone was wondering, the Elite Horizons is now on the Xbox One. Horizons is, of course, the thing that lets you do planetary landings, get out on your buggy, and drive the fuck around on planets, son, and discover shit and shoot shit. So that's out. So that's fun. And then Pokemon Go.
I have not installed this yet. I will say though, it is fucking incredible to watch this just evolve around you. I don't know if there's ever been a game like this.
It's almost as though all of culture right now, all of culture is just creaming itself over the potential to be the one area of the culture that talks about it the most. It seems to be a contest between media outlets right now.
I agree.
Who can cover it more?
I know.
It's all over the fucking news. It's even like the cops are getting in on talking about it because it's causing such a disturbance.
Oh, it's incredible.
Oh, I know. There was a poster. Somebody posted something that Pokemon Go and its relevance to Black Lives Matter or something like that. I was like,
Yes, right on
Okay.
point. So
can we just? It's just a video game. Can we just?
it's even
Can
where
we
I
just
work.
have our video game?
I work for a power company, right?
I can see Greg DeLacy and the mechanics. They're picking up their pitchforks and rising against anything to do with Pokemon Go. They're doing the anti-Pokemon Go campaign at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
great.
I mean, I've not played it, but I guess it's not even that good, right? It's
No,
just
it's
unique.
stupid.
It's just unique. You're walking around and shit.
I had a Pokemon No experience. I circumvented the region. I downloaded it, and I kept crashing on me. I found one Pokemon in my spare bedroom, and since then, after about 20 tries, we found nothing, and it's broke as fuck.
Hence Pokemon.
I
Now.
like how you prefaced that with. So I went around the whole region locking thing. It's broke as fucking. I get emails all the time now. Your app doesn't work under Mac OS 10 Sierra, the beta. It's like, That's correct. It doesn't work under that.
I know. All right, I'm your worst nightmare. Yes, I am the problem. So I'm going to wait till it gets an official release here and see if that changes anything. But what's surprising me is loads of people are going, it's a game changer. Can you believe what they did? And everyone's like, well, actually, if you take a look at the game they did before that, it was actually better.
It was
and
actually
more
a game
involved.
changer.
Right.
Yeah, that was the game changer.
I mean, like, it's interesting just from a cultural standpoint because, like, will this have any lasting effect? I don't know, but it's interesting. Like, my friends will tell me stories of they're outside, like, and they see people playing it, like, just walking through fields, like, and you see pictures online of people like meeting up just because they're all playing fucking Pokemon.
Yep.
It's nice. It's a nice
That's
little
cool.
cultural phenomenal blip.
Yeah.
I think it speaks.
It'll be over
volumes.
once we've done the ice bucket challenge and moved on to the next one.
Good.
Right. Well, it's like geocaching. It's basically geocaching where you flick a ball at a monster. That's all it is.
Right.
That's all it is.
Well, no,
geocaching.
there's battles and stuff, right? Because you can win over gyms and shit.
Oh, you can go to the gym and flick your ball at somebody else. Well,
Right,
who
exactly.
cares?
I thought somebody said, but there's no real Pokemon.
I love going to
battles.
the gym and flicking my balls on people. That's just what I do.
If there's one thing you like to do, and we've all
That's what I call Saturday.
Now that's a game.
that's a game changer.
My wife's like, "You want to go to the store?" I was like, "Nope. You know what day it is."
It's like gym balls. All right, got it. You know it. Yeah. So, but the thing is, like, so I work at a power company, and there was a lot of talk today about the one of our power plants. The very center of the power plant was the site of a very sought after Pokemon.
See, that's so fun.
And but the thing is,
so
we
crazy.
get touchy when folks are hanging around the fences. So you can imagine that. I mean, we got SWAT trained guys that, like, we have drone detection. Like, it's insane. We have, like, anytime someone's hanging out, like, we go into, like, DEFCON 1, like,
Right.
It's ridiculous.
That's
So I can imagine all these kids with phones, like,
it's
getting
so crazy. It's so crazy.
like, on sniper scopes,
Yeah,
and, like,
exactly.
choppers coming in and shit.
Has he looked at anything? No, he's still
Bulbasaur's in there.
looking at his phone. Should I take the shot?
Is it a remote detonation device? I think he's flicking balls at dinosaurs, sir. Well, just shoot him anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Put him out of his misery.
Send in the robot.
God.
So, anywho, yeah, so I fired it up and I registered my name. I tried to go with Dick Wizard Champ, but it was taken.
That's too bad.
So I went with the old ass-faced monsters.
Nice.
And that worked. Or ass-faced monster. And that worked. And I don't get it because it's like there are certain monster locations that are global where everyone can see a specific monster in a specific location, but there also seems to be, like, randomly generated monsters close to you at any one given moment. And this is why, because as soon as I registered it and I looked on the map, there was something right behind my character, and I turned round, and sure enough, the Charmander was on my couch.
That guy.
That motherfucker.
Yeah, and I'm thinking, I'm sure nobody else sees Charmander on my couch. You know? Maybe. Maybe they do.
I mean,
But they're never going to get him because it's
depends
my
how much
house.
acid they've dropped. I don't know.
Exactly. So anyway, so fuck that game is what I'm saying. It's stupid, and it'll be gone in like 3 weeks.
Did you have excuse me, sir? Did you have a Charmander on your couch? I just wanted to flick a ball at it real quick. Yeah, no,
Fuck
sure.
off,
Come on
Elmo.
in. Wait a minute.
Get off
no,
my property.
Why are you taking your pants off? Why are you doing that to my couch?
I'm just trying to catch you.
I'm gonna catch a ball.
I gotta catch it. Shh. Just don't say.
Don't say
anything.
anything. I can't.
You know where you should go? To the gym with my buddy Fish. That's where you belong.
Don't talk. I can't concentrate.
I can't finish if anyone's talking.
Oh, okay.
Do you have any amiibos? Those always help.
That'll help it go quicker.
God.
Have you got Luigi flying?
Oh God, no, not Shovel Knight.
Oh no, not Shovel Knight or Bowser. And good luck with Woolly Yoshi, because I don't think that's gonna work out.
It'll never be the same.
All right, that is all the games.
So now we're at a crossroads. We've been doing this for an hour and almost 40 minutes.
Almost 2 hours.
Should we say the news and the charts don't matter, or should we press on?
Charts only takes a second.
It does. I think we should do charts and then close this down.
Fair enough.
Aye.
Go on, you guys do the charts.
I'll do Japanese charts.
Okay, here we go. My mouse doesn't
Cue
work.
the chart music.
I'm gonna have to add that now. God damn it, John. God damn it, John!
Where were you when we needed you? But Lord, when I needed you most, there were only one set of footprints on the sand. And John says, "My son, that is when I was in Florida." Is he? I don't worry. Is he in Florida? I don't know where he is. I've been speaking to many people that are in Florida this week.
I think he's in Florida.
He is in Florida.
Okay, he's one of them. All right. This scrolling is not help. What am I doing?
Is this the same computer that you tried to play Doom on, and do you think maybe there's a correlation there?
Everything's on, like, super low. I don't get it. Oh, shit. All right. At number 10 for platforms, it is Call of Duty Black Ops.
No platforms. You're not used to the West, are you?
Honestly, I have a cadence, and it fucks with it. Number 10 for the machines, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 from Treyarch.
Machines!
9 for machines, it is Tom Clancy's The Division, massive entertainment. 8 for machines, it is Ratchet & Clank from Insomniac Games. 7 for machines, it is Grand Theft Auto 5 or GTAV, Rockstar North. 6, Uncharted 4, Thief's End, Naughty Dog. 5, Rocket League. Wow, 5 from Psyonix.
It just came out on Xbox, I think.
5, 16, EA Canada.
Give me that number 3. Give it to me. Yes.
It's 2. It's software. And 2, Overwatch from... And number 1, Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens from Traveler's Tales.
All right. Let's see what we can do here about these here Japanese charts. At number 10 for the PS Vita, it's True Fashion God 2. Number 9 also for the Vita, it's Underground Labyrinth, The Witch, and the Wardrobe Row Brigade. Number 8 for the PS Vita, which I don't think is correct, but we'll go with it. It's Pokemon Red, Green, Blue Pikachu, the download card edition. Basically, the power.
There's going to be some editing on the fly there.
Oh, that's for the 3DS. Number 7 for the PS Triple. It's Super Robot Wars OG Moon.
Oh, that's the OG Moon.
OG Moon. Hold on, it's Deyu Razu. Deyuro. Number 6 for the PS4. Again, Super Robot Wars OG Moon. Number 5 for the Wii U. It's Minecraft Wii U Edition. I don't know. I've lost the accent. It's gone. Super Robot Wars took the accent away. For number 4 for the Wii U, it's Mario and Sonic at the Rio Olympics. They've got the Zika virus now.
Oof.
And number 3 for the 3DS, it's Important Friends of Harvest Moon 3. Number 2 for the Wii U, it's Splatoon. And number 1 for the 3DS, your favorite and mine, Cold Sept Revolt.
Real crowd pleaser, Cold Sept Revolt.
Yeah, that's a woo.
Yeah, whew.
That'll get him.
Let's get them all riled up.
Oh, Jesus.
Cold Sept, guys.
Cold Sept Revolt.
Indeed.
Looking it up. Fraser's looking it up right now. He's like, what is this fucking
turn-based strategy video game.
I'm out. I'm already out.
Oh, Cold Sept was actually originally on the Sega Saturn.
Oh.
PlayStation 2, Nintendo DS. It was on everything. It was on everything. Board game, collectible card game.
I do recall.
I'm assuming that it is related to, Cold Sept Saga, but they don't mention this one, Cold Sept Revolt. But I'm sure it's related.
Very good.
So there.
All right. So Fraser, can we expect a Doom review from you next week?
Yeah, goddamn it,
I think I will try and pick it up. Yeah, I'm just, but yes. I have no ability to resist the lure of a wonderful discounted game on any of the digital stores.
And that's fair.
I'm so busy right now that going and buying a big title seems at odds to my situation right now, but I really need to go get this game, don't I?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is-
It is still the best game.
Listen to us more than your wife. Listen to us more.
Yes.
We have the good ideas.
I have DIY and work and kids and everything coming out of my butt, but I still need to go buy this game.
I took a shit in a tornado.
It's true. He did.
I understand.
He took a shit in a tornado. It's like Twister.
I will get it.
Without Bill Paxman.
No, Bill
PS4
Pullman.
though, I think.
Pullman.
If there is that big a deal.
Hmm?
If there's that big a difference, PS4.
Absolutely, there is.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, don't get me wrong. If you play the Xbox, you'd be like, "Oh, this is a very good Doom." But like, if you play both, you're like, "Ah, clearly PS4."
Right.
No
Or you
question.
get it on PC and live the high life.
Yeah, unless you have a laptop, a super-powered laptop.
That apparently can't scroll.
Yeah, can't do shit. I mean, it scrolls, but it's too fast. It's uncontrollable. All right, so I think that's going to do it then. No news, because it wasn't really much news apart from No Man's Sky has gone gold, guys.
Yeah.
And that's about it, really.
No Man's Sky's gone gold, and influencers are shitheads.
There you go. Oh, yeah, we can talk about that next week. And that's going to do it. So until next time. Oh, thanks for listening, by the way. If anyone is listening, because this was
Yeah,
quite
thanks
a
for that.
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Blah, blah.
If you've
Bit
made
wordy,
it this
one.
far, you've unlocked an achievement.
Yes, you have.
Ask John.
Phrase
for
knows.
your,
Right.
for your
I do
achievement.
know. I unlocked an achievement for watching 10 hours of gaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah,
So you can just listen to our shit for 10 hours, and there you go.
There it is.
You're welcome.
You only have to listen to 2 shows, and you're good.
You're welcome. All right, so until next time, we're ghosts like Swayze.
Wizard!
Xanadu! No,
The dog's with you, right? So
Yeah, he didn't give a fuck. He was like, I don't know, whatever.
great.
I don't give a fuck.
All right. I don't know what's going on with my mouse. My mouse is.
I have stopped recording. I'm going to stop broadcasting as well. Friends who have been watching.
Has anyone been watching? I haven't
don't know.
checked.
I checked. But if you're watching, thumbs up. 2 of them.
I will.
There
I
they
will
are.
check
There
real
they are,
quick.
right there. 2
Nah,
thumbs.
not a soul.
All right, go fuck
Not a
yourself.
single